ॐ ज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुर्वे नमः। मूकं करोति वाचालं पङ्गुं लङ्घयति गिरिं यत्कृपातमं वन्दे श्रीगुरुदीनतारिणम्। पञ्चकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपासिन्धुभ्यो च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। वृन्दाय तुलसीदेव्यै प्रियाय केशवस्य च कृष्णभक्तिप्रदे देवी सत्यवते नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवसादि गौर भक्त वृंदा। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे. My humble Dandavat Pranam to all. This is an humble service at the lotus feet of Sri Sri Guru Garam Gandhar Radha Gopalji. Today we are reading Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 5, Chapter 1, Shlok number 16. मुक्तोऽपि तावदभिभार्यत स्वदेहम् अराब्धम् अस्नम् अभिमानशून्यः यथानुभूतं प्रतीयता निद्रः किं त्वम् अन्यदेहाय गुणं न विरन्ति. Translation. First of all, we have to read about the synonyms. Mukta, a liberated person. Mukta means a liberated person. Api means even. Tavad, so long. Bibharyatah, must maintain swadeham, his own body. Arabdham, obtained as a result of past activities. Asanan, accepting. Abhimana shunyam, without erroneous conceptions. Yatha, as. Anubhutam, what was perceived. Pratyatah nidraha, one who has awakened from sleep. Kimtu, but anyadehaya, for another material body. Gunan, the material qualities. Na, never. Rankate, enjoys. Translation. Even if one is liberated, he nevertheless accepts the body he has received according to his past karma. Without misconceptions, however, he regards his enjoyment and suffering due to that karma the way an awakened person regards a dream he had while sleeping. He thus remains steadfast and never works to achieve another material body under the influence of three modes of material nature. But the difference between a liberated and conditioned soul is that the conditioned soul is under the concept of bodily life, whereas the liberated person knows that he is not the body but a spirit, different from the body. Priyavrat might have thought that although a conditioned soul is forced to act according to the law of nature, why should he, who was far advanced in spiritual understanding, accept the same kind of bondage and impediments to spiritual advancement? To answer this doubt, Lord Brahma informed him that even those who are liberated do not resent accepting in the present body the result of their past activities. While sleeping, one dreams many unreal things, but when he awakens, he disregards them and makes progress in factual life. Similarly, a liberated person, one who has completely understood that he is not the body but a spirit soul, disregard past activities, perform in ignorance, and perform his present activity in such a way that they produce no reactions. Okay. This is described in Bhagavad Gita 3.9. Yajnarthat karmano nyartra loko yam karma bandhana. If one perform activity for the satisfaction of Supreme Personality of Godhead, the Yajna Purusha, his work does not produce reaction, whereas karmis who act for themselves are bound by the reaction of their work. A liberated person therefore does not think about whatever he does he has ignorantly done in the past. Instead, he acts in such a way that he will not produce another body by fruitive activities, as clearly mentioned in Bhagavad Gita. Mam chayo vyavacharena bhakti yogena sevate sa gunan samati yayitan brahma bhutai kalpate. One who engages in full devotional service, who does not fall down in any circumstances, at once transcends the mode of material nature. and thus come to the level of Brahma. It is from Srimad Bhagavad Gita, 14th chapter, Shlok number 26. Regardless of what we have done in our past lives, if we engage ourselves in unalloyed devotion service of the Lord in this life, we will always be situated in the Brahma Bhuta state, free from reactions, and will not be obliged to accept another body. त्यक्त्वा देहं पुनर्जन्म नैति माम iti so Arjuna. Srimad Bhagavad Gita 4.9. After giving up the body, one who has acted in that way does not accept another body, but instead goes back home, back to Godhead. This chapter's name is it is from Srimad Bhagavatam and Canto 5, Chapter 1. The name of the chapter is the activities of Maharaja Priyabrata. Right? Now we are reading text 17. भयं परप्रमात्तस्य वनेष्वा अपि स्यात् यथा सास्ते सपात्नः जितेन्द्रियस्यात्मा रतेर्बुधस्य ग्रहसारामः किं नु करोति अवत्यम्. Mean synonyms. Bhayam mean fear. Parmatasya of one who is bewildered. Vaneshu in forest. Api even. Syat there must be. Yatha because. Saha he one who is not self-controlled. Aste is existing. Saha mean with. Sat sapat naha, six co-wives, jita indriyasya, for one who has already conquered the senses, atma ratehe, self-satisfied, budhasya, for such a learned man, graha ashramaha, household life, kim, what, nu, indeed, karoti, can do, avatyam, harm. Translation. Even if he goes from forest to forest, one who is not self-realized and self-controlled must always fear material bondage because he is living with six co-wives, the mind and knowledge acquiring senses. Even householder life, however, cannot harm a self-satisfied, learned man who has conquered his senses. Purport. Shri Narottam Das Thakur has sung Grahiva Banite Thake Ha Gauranga Balidake. Whether one is situated in the forest or at home, if he is engaged in devotional service of Lord Chaitanya, he is liberated person. Here, this is also repeated for one who has not controlled his senses. Going to the forest to become a so-called yogi is meaningless because his uncontrolled mind and senses are going with him. He cannot achieve anything even by giving up household life and staying in the forest. Formerly, many mercantile men from the upcountry of India used to go to Bengal, and thus there is a familiar saying, if you go to Bengal, your fortune will go with you. Our first concern, therefore, should be to control the senses, and since the senses cannot be controlled unless engaged in devotional service of the Lord, our most important duty is to engage senses in devotional service. Rishikena Rishikesha Sevanam Bhakti Ruchyate. Bhakti means engagement of purified senses in the service of Lord. Herein, Herein, Lord Brahma indicates that instead of going to the forest with uncontrolled senses, it is better to more secure to engage the senses in the service of Lord. Even the household life can do no harm to a self-controlled person acting in this way. It cannot force him into material bondage. Srila Rupa Goswami has further enunciated this position. इहायस्या हरिर्दासे कर्माणामानसा गिरा निखिला स्वपि अवस्थासु जीवन्मुक्ता स उच्यते. Regardless of one's circumstances, if one is fully engaged his activities, his mind and words in the devotional service of the Lord, he should be understood to be a liberated person. Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur was a responsible officer and a householder, yet his service to the cause of expanding his mission of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is unique. Srila Prabhupada Saraswati Thakur says, दुर्दान्तेन्द्रियकला सर्पा patali prokhat dhamsat trayate. Sense organs are certainly our greatest enemies, and they are therefore compared to venomous serpent. Okay. However, if a venomous serpent is bereft of its poison fangs, it is no longer fearful. Similarly, if the senses are engaged in the service of the Lord, there is no need to fear their activities. Nice. The devotee in the Krishna consciousness movement move within the material world, but because their senses are fully engaged in the service of the Lord, they are always aloof from the material world. They are always living in the transcendental position. Jai. जय श्री श्री गुरु गंधर्व गोपाल जी की जय। ओम ज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। मूकं करोति वाचालं पङ्गुं लङ्घयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे श्रीकृतीनतारणं। वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपासिन्धुभ्यैव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। वृन्दाय तुलसीदेव्यै प्रियाय केशवस्य च कृष्णभक्तिपदे देवी सत्यवती नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री द्वैत गदाधर शिवसादि गौर भक्त वृंद हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। जय जय श्री श्री गुरु गुरु गंधर्व गोपाल जी की जय। जय गंगा माई जमुना माई की जय। जय श्री श्री हरि गोवर्धन जी की जय। जय श्री हरि गोवर्धन जी की जय। जय मथुरा वृंदावन श्री मथुरा वृंदावन धाम की जय। जय श्री पुरी धाम की जय। जय श्री नवदीप धाम की जय। जय श्री बरसाना धाम की जय। जय श्री उच्चा गांव की जय। जय श्री श्री समस्त गुरु परंपरा की जय। समस्त छठ गोस्वामी महाराज की जय। जय श्री श्री श्रीपदपुरी महाराज की जय। जय श्रीपद शांत महाराज की जय। जय श्रीपद मुनि महाराज की जय। जय श्री चाची महाराज की जय। My humble and प्रणाम to all. हरे कृष्ण।